Hey guys, it's Mark here, and today I have the Xiaomi Redmi 9, which really excites me the most because of the price itself. It really isn't that bad at all. And before I start, remember to check out the unboxing video from the iCard above. So now let's get into it. Let's start with the device design. The device is really great looking, both clean and simple, despite the fact the body is made out of plastic, but it's something I'm willing to overlook. And it comes with three colors that I'm aware of in Malaysia. Is the black, sunset purple, and the ocean green, which I really love. The overall phone is large and quite thick as well, and the weight is quite heavy as well, which isn't a huge deal for me. And the back of the device comes with a pleasant texture on the back, which Xiaomi mentioned that it prevents fingerprint and yeah, but so on. But you know, it does leave some marks and dust in between, so which is also not that great as well. On top of the device is a noise cancellation mic and the IR blaster, which is a huge plus. On the left side of the device is a SIM tray, which is not a hybrid SIM tray, thank God. And on the right side is the power button and the volume rocker, which is very clicky and really nice too. And at the bottom of the device is the audio jack, microphone, USB charging port, and the loudspeaker grill. The single bottom firing speaker at the bottom is actually pretty loud, it's not that bad at all, so go check it out. The device is running on MIUI 11. It does come with some bloatwares, so I just have to uninstall those, and also there's some ads here and there as well, so you're gonna have to live with it if there's MIUI running. Well, I'm still waiting for the MIUI 12 on the Redmi 9, hope it comes up soon, so I can't really wait to use it on the Redmi 7A and the Redmi 9. The display features IPS LCD display with 6.53 inch with 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio with the display resolution of 1080 by 2340 display. It also comes with a water drop notch design, which I am still not a fan of it. But on the bright side, you get to hide it, but through software. But the bottom curve and the top curve is no longer the same, so which kind of annoys me a little bit. So I have to live with the notch. The bigger size is great for viewing content. There's also a bit of chin at the bottom, but at this price point, it isn't really something I can point out all the flaw on this device. The display does get bright enough and has good viewing angle, but once you reach outside, it's hard to see. Even with the sunlight mode feature, it isn't helping at all. The auto brightness again isn't accurate at all, but you can always manually adjust it. The downside of this device, it does not have a notification LED. I mean, with the chin, I can see the possibility of adding notification LED. I mean, even like the top of the selfie camera, maybe. That would be a great thing to add on. The Redmi 9 does pack with a huge 5020 mAh power battery. The battery can definitely last you the entire day with heavy use. Even on standby mode, it doesn't drain as much as some other device. And the phone does support 18 watts charging, but they include a 10 watt out of the box, so you have to buy a separate charger for faster charging. Gaming on the other hand, I would say is quite playable, which is not bad at all. I can play Mobile Legends without issue at all. The game automatically set into high, which is quite surprising for me, but on COD or COD, whichever that you guys call it or pronounce it or say it, the setting was set to low, and it does get a bit stuttery at first, then after that it was pretty smooth at the end. So yeah, same goes with the PUBG as well, so you do get a little bit of stuttery whenever you start playing around with it. The Redmi 9 is running on MediaTek Helio G80, and it comes with two versions of configuration in Malaysia, which is 32GB of storage and 3GB of RAM, or 64GB of storage with 4GB of RAM. And the one I have here is 64GB of storage with 4GB of RAM. The overall phone performs great and fast on daily tasks. Multitasking is great too, but you will see some app reload and also it has a very minimum heating, which is great for MediaTek because it are used to known for heating up issues and also no updates on Xiaomi devices. The MIUI gesture control HD is quite smooth and fluid, especially with the help of MediaTek Helio G80. The Redmi 9 comes with a fingerprint sensor on the device underneath the camera, So the device is big, so it's actually quite easy to find the fingerprint sensor, but you do sometimes touch the camera lens, and it also comes with a face unlock as well, so you get the best of the both worlds. The Redmi 9 features a quad camera setup. The main camera is 30 megapixel with an f-stop of 2.2, 8 megapixel of ultra-wide camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 5 megapixel macro lens. The main camera performs not that bad. They are not the most detailed or contrast or maybe high dynamic range, but however they are doing quite a decent job. And the AI mode helps a little depending on situation, but most of the time it's always over-processed and oversaturated. And there's a 2x zoom toggle, which is a digital zoom toggle, so yeah. The 8 megapixel ultra wide camera is actually an average amount of detail, but color are quite accurate compared to the main camera. The dynamic range is really great, and for an ultra wide camera, so it's actually not that bad. And with the auto HDR as well, it completely almost removes noises, so it's better compared to the main camera. The 5 megapixel macro camera, which is something I won't be using, but if there's other people who love the feature, I think this is actually not that bad as well, because the color is actually not that bad. It has a fixed focus at a distance, but you do get it right if you can find the right distance. And images are not bad as well compared to other 2 megapixel macro camera lenses, so this is so much better, I can say. Lastly, the depth sensor, which do quite a decent job. It's a hit or miss kind of thing, but it's actually not that bad at all. And for the low light, there's no night mode, especially for the price in this range. I don't really expect there's a night mode, but if they do, it'll be awesome. But yeah, I really didn't expect much. But night mode for taking photo at night is actually okay, quite decent, but you know, sometimes you tend to get up a blurry shot and noisy shot, so just have to prepare not to use the phone at night. The selfie camera features 8 megapixel shooter with an f-stop 2.0, and the 8 megapixel front camera takes a reasonably looking selfie, which isn't that bad. The color and contrast are just okay, but often you will need to hold the device steady because just to get a less blurrier photo. And this also applies to all the main cameras as well, so you can get a clearer shots. And as usual, Xiaomi always apply heavy-handed beauty feature by default. That is something you would definitely want to turn it off unless you're a fan of it. And on the plus side, there's also a portrait mode on the selfie camera, which is pretty neat feature to add on for the bokeh effect, which will only show you like a possible bokeh result. So don't use it unless you want to use it, but if you do use it, you have to take like a lot of shots just to find the possible results. After using the Redmi 9, I really like the design. It feels like a proper upgrade as well from the Redmi 8, from the performance to camera to display, and the texturized back is definitely fantastic, especially to use without a case. But it does get slippery even if you are not using without a case, so get a hard case so you are protected from your phone slipping away and getting dust and dirt stuck in between of the texturized back. The display is definitely a huge upgrade from a Redmi 8 and minus the notch. But yeah, the battery has been amazing. So far, I have no issue with the battery life. It's really great. And despite all of the pros and cons I found on the device, it feels like a proper mid-range with an entry-level pricing, which reminds me of the Redmi S2, but better. But for the price itself, you probably won't go wrong with any of it. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell button as well so you get notified every single time I upload. And if you do have any question about the device, do drop me a comment down below, and follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, links down below as well. So this is Mark here, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!